Hello, my dear students. Myself, Dr. Sanjay Chabda, Faculty of Law and Governance, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women University. So, this session is related to BCom BBA LLB second semester from Unit 1, session number 4. This session is related with leverage. Here we will discuss about leverage and also about operating leverage. So, my dear students, what is leverage? So, we must, before we start operating and other types of leverage, first we must know meaning and concept of the word leverage. So, the term leverage may be defined as the employment of an asset or sources of funds for which the firm has to pay a fixed cost or fixed return. In financial management, the term leverage is used in the sense that a slight change in sales result in a relatively higher change in profits. It is possible only when fixed charge capital is employed along with variable charge capital. A high degree of leverage implies that a high variation in earnings available to equity shareholders occurs due to a relatively small variations in sales. The main causes behind this are the presence of fixed operating expenses such as rent, depreciation, insurance, etc. Fixed non-operating expenses such as dividend on preference shares and interest charged on debt capital. So, before we go to leverage, we must understand the meaning of the word fixed expenses and variable expenses. Fixed expenses are those expenses which are fixed irrespective of output produced or unit produced. Fixed expenses are constant. The expenses which remains constant at all level of activities are called fixed expenses. Or we can say fixed expenses are fixed amount of business expenses which are recurring in nature. Like example, salary, rent, electricity bill, etc. And variable expenses are the direct expenses which are directly related with the production and they vary with the level of unit produced. More you produced, more variable costs will be there. Variable costs are directly proportionate with the output. So, when there will be a slight change in sale, it results more profit. Why? Because here fixed cost will remain silent or will remain negligible. Only we have to incur variable cost expenses. As we used to say in economics that in long run all costs are variable cost, fixed cost becomes negligible. So here just like in cost profit volume relationship, contribution also plays a very important role which is calculated by sales minus variable cost. Now, what are the types of leverage? There are two types of leverage, operating leverage and financial leverage. The leverage associated with investing activities or investment activities are known as operating leverage, and the leverage which are associated with the financing activities are known as financial leverage. So in our this session we will discuss about operating leverage. Now, what is operating leverage? Operating leverage is the result of existence of fixed operating expenses in the income stream of a fund. Usually, operating costs are divided in two categories, as we said, fixed and variable cost. Fixed costs are fixed in short run and not vary with the level of production. From zero level production to the maximum level of production, these costs remains fixed, flat. But variable cost varies in the same proportion of the production as I told earlier. In business terminology, a high degree of operating leverage, other things hold constant, implies that a relatively small change in sales result in a large change in operating income. Thus, operating leverage can be defined as the ability of a firm to the fixed operating cost to magnify the effect of changes in the sales on its EBIT, that is EBIT, earning before interest and taxes. Now, operating leverage, according to Brigham, if a high percentage of a firm's total cost are fixed costs, then the firm is said to have a high degree of operating leverage. Operating leverage plays a vital role in designing an optimum capital structure, as it's shown the impact of changes in sales on the operating profits. A high degree of operating leverage increases both operating profits and risk. A balanced ratio of debt to equity has to be maintained to keep both operating profit and risk under controllable conditions. Now, operating leverage can be computed with the help of these equations. When earning before interest and tax, that is EBIT, is given for two or more levels of production, then our degree of operating leverage, that is DOL, degree of operating leverage, is equal to percentage change in EBIT, earning before interest and tax, EBIT, percentage change in EBIT divided by percentage change in sales. I'll repeat this formula. Degree of operating leverage is equal to percentage change in EBIT by percentage change in sales. Now, here DOL, as I said, is degree of operating leverage, EBIT is earning before interest and tax, and when EBIT is given only for one level of production, not for two levels of production or more than two, then degree of operating leverage DOL is calculated as sales minus variable cost by EBIT. Sales minus variable cost by EBIT. So what is sales minus variable cost? Sales minus variable cost is contribution. So we can say that contribution C divided by EBIT, or in place of EBIT we can say OP, that is operating profit or earnings before interest and tax. So this can be more clear if we will illustrate with one example. Say suppose one firm has a capacity of say 5,000 units per annum. Sale price per unit is 10 rupees, variable cost is say 6 rupees, and fixed cost is say 6,000 per annum. Find out DOL. So from sale price, that is 5,000 per unit, into selling price per unit is 10. So sale price is 50,000, variable cost is 5,000 units into 6 rupees per unit, 30,000. So sales 50,000, variable cost 30,000. So 50,000 minus 30,000, we will get contribution is equal to 20,000. Now from that contribution 20,000 will minus 6,000 profit, fixed expenses. So our EBIT will be, earning before interest and tax will be 14,000. So what is our degree of operating leverage here? Degree of operating leverage will be contribution, that is 20,000 divided by EBIT 14,000. So 20,000 divided by 14,000, I think it will come around 1.43 something. So this is how we used to calculate degree of operating leverage. Now, what are the characteristics of operating leverage? The main characteristics of operating leverage is number one, it's related to fixed cost. If there are fixed costs in the firm, there will be operating leverage, and if there are no fixed costs, there will be no operating leverage. And then, very important, number two characteristics is higher operating leverage and higher operating leverage near break-even point. Now what is break-even point? where there is no profit, no loss. That is point of equilibrium. So there is a direct relation. There is a direct relation between operating profit and break-even profit. The degree of operating leverage is highest near break-even point. So there are two characteristics of operating leverage that is related to fixed cost. Number one, if there will be no fixed cost, there will be no operating leverage. And number two, highest operating leverage near break-even point. So these are the two characteristics of operating leverage. And as like in my one illustration, we have calculated degree of operating leverage when EBIT is given only for one level of production. Now suppose in second year, in the same illustration, if I am saying, so suppose fixed cost we have taken 6,000. Now suppose if fixed cost is 8,000 or if fixed cost is 14,000, then see our formula will change. Our result will change. In first, our contribution, in all the three cases, our contribution is 20,000. Now, all these three cases, in first case, our fixed cost is 6,000. In second case, our fixed cost is 8,000. And in our third case, fixed cost is 14,000. So just see what is our degree of operating leverage. So in first case, where fixed cost is 6,000, degree of operating leverage is contribution, that is 20,000 by divided by EBIT 14,000. So it is 1.43. In second case, again contribution is 20,000, but our EBIT, because of 8,000 fixed cost, EBIT is 12,000. So it will come around 1.67. And in third case, where our contribution is 20,000, but EBIT is 6,000 because fixed cost is more, 14,000. Then here our degree of operating leverage is 20,000 contribution divided by EBIT 6,000, that is 3.33. So more your fixed cost, more your fixed expenses will be there, more your fixed cost will be there towards contribution. Clear? If more fixed cost will be there, like as in our second characteristics we have discussed that it is related to fixed cost, and second is highest operating leverage near break-even point. So our contribution is 20,000. Our contribution is 20,000 and our fixed cost is sub 14,000. Then our earning before interest and tax is 6,000. Then in this case our degree of operating leverage is 20,000 divided by 6,000. So it will be more than 3 point something. So more fixed cost. Suppose if it is 19,000, then 20 divided by 20 minus 19,000, earning before interest and tax will be only 1,000. Right? Then again 20,000 contribution divided by EBIT 1,000, then it will be 20. So it will be more. Degree of operating leverage will always be more if it will be near break-even point. Break-even point means when our cost, fixed cost, profit or loss, when it will be almost equal to our contribution, then we can say it is break-even point, when fixed cost is equal to contribution. So when fixed cost will come closer to contribution, always there will be high degree of operating leverage. So operating leverage has main instrument of operating leverage is our fixed cost. Variable cost has no role to play in operating leverage except for calculating contribution. But in case of operating leverage, the main element of operating leverage is fixed expenses. Higher the fixed expenses, higher will be the degree of operating leverage. So this leverage is, we have discussed what is meaning and concept of leverage. Then types of leverage, as I told, there are two types, that is operating leverage and financial leverage. Besides these two, even we can read one more, that is combined leverage. Combined leverage is nothing but it is just combination of operating leverage and financial leverage. So the degree of operating leverage multiplies with the degree of financial leverage, that will give you combined leverage. It is just an average of these two leverage. So main is operating leverage and financial leverage. I hope operating leverage is clear to you. Very important question for this topic is what is leverage, explain meaning and concept of leverage, what are different types of leverage, operating, financial, and even some illustrations, some practical questions may be there. Bye.